And most of the day, you'll see the calculator doing like a double top, a head and shoulder around the edge of the 50%, right? And very rarely would you see a top or a bottom, right? And when you have a top or a bottom, you need to look at a couple of things. You have to see it, and let's see, I have the alerts because it changes the arrow here. The short term is fighting the downtrend here right now on the yes to the neutral. So it's fighting, so it's triggering sound alert. So look what you have. You have the calculator, that's the huge range for the day, right? And by the way, the trend box, you can move everywhere you want. Like here, I can go to the trend box settings and location, and I can put the bottom right. Now I could put bottom left. So boom, so you see the calculator better, boom. Another thing also that you have to make sure when you have the power trend box for visibility purposes, you go to the object tree here at the bottom, or you right click on any chart, choose object tree, and you move, see? You move here, the power trend indicator. Like if I put it at the bottom, look what will happen. The calculator is going to go over the trend. And you don't want to do that. You want the power trend box to always be in front of everything, right? That's it. See, now the calculator is overshadowing the trend box. Or if I go like this, look, the charts are over the trend box, it's not clean. So what you need to do is choose the trend box, bring it at the top of the object tree, and now look what happened now. If I drop down the charts behind the drop box is always in front of everything. Alternatively, there's another thing you can do. You can choose the word trend box here, and look, there's 3 object tree, clone, copy, move to. You can move that to the lower pan. New pan below, and boom, now I have a pan below just for the trend box. So it's up to you. You can put it up, down, left, right? But it's very, very clear. Okay. Robert said, can you please move the camera? It's blocking the 5-minute shot. I don't know. I don't have control on the camera for some reason. So is it overshadowing you guys? Is it better like this? Okay, cool. So, and I'm glad you said something because this will show up also on the recording. So look, like this morning, net buyers from support, net buyers from support. We know we need to get long at the open, and we need to get long to the open to what? The first resistance, which is the edge. See, all those edges on the calculator are huge, important support and resistance. So matter of fact, you can go to the power indicator itself, and I can shut down the noise and remove the minor zones. Usually I like to trade just on the major zones, the light blue and the red, and that's it, the institutional. And everything else, I want everything else to be pretty much the institutional red zones. So some of you could also just trade. If you want to really trade or swing trade properly, look what you do. You go on the power indicators, you remove the majors, and you just trade out of your red zones and the edges of your calculator and nothing else. Yeah. And this is the way I like it. So I mean, here, this edge, this edge, this edge, this edge are going to be, this is where we expect the entire day to stay. And when you are at the top here, you are over 66% chance to 100% chance of a short. When you are here at the bottom towards this edge, you have 66 to 100% chance of a long. But, and this is where most people do not trade the calculator properly, is a couple of things. Do you have the volume indicator on your side? Meaning, do you have, like here, let's say you want to get long here. Do you see the volume indicator starting to create net buyers? Do you see the VIX? If you want to get long, do you see the VIX dropping? Well, if the internals are not with you, and now you have the trend box, in addition to that, to help you make better decisions, and the trading box shows down long-term calculator and swing trading for long-term and investing and swing trading, and down for the day trading, even though it's coming close to the 100% here, you don't have a signal. You don't have a signal. You need the trend box short term to start reversing. You need to start seeing some blue lights, to reverse some long rebound, right? You want at least the major volume from the retailers to come back, the minor, and ideally I want to see the institution which would print an up arrow here for you to get long, a minimum here of a long, But typically here, like yesterday, at one point yesterday, we had that situation where this was down, right? You have the volume indicator dropping here, net sellers here, you have the VIX going up from 20 to 23. There is no go. As a matter of fact, it might break the edge of the box. And breaking the edge of the box is a very, very unusual event, but it will happen. And it might happen one time out of 10 trades, out of 10 days. It might happen 2 times out of 10 days. And these are the days where and every day, as a matter of fact, where you need to have an eye very much on your power trend signals, right? Your volume indicator and your VIX. Because otherwise you are counter trending the institutional net buyer, net seller, the VIX, which is the overall fear factor of the market, and then your power trend box has not even turned up on the short term. You got to see some blue dots here, across, recross, retest, higher, low. You want something that you can put your teeth on, with a very small size. I would always start with a small size, because the easier trade here is small here, add a little bit here, let it run to the last third, and then you unload everything. Does that make sense, everybody? Give me a quick yes, no. Those synergies start making a little more sense. Everything is together. You have net volume, net buyer, net sellers. You have trend. Is the trend on your side? You have support, resistance. You have statistics in between the top box, the bottom box, and your 50%, right? Another thing too, if you are a day trader, right, that I always say is this. Can solve this analysis there. Okay, another thing that is important is, you want to make sure the cloud is on your side, right? So like, let's say like right now, I say, okay, we might have a rebound. Well, I want at least a blue cloud. Like I have a blue cloud on the 5 minutes. I want at least a blue cloud on the 30-second chart. I want something that I can put my teeth on for a little bit of a counter trading, because I don't like to counter trend, by the way, to start with, right? So look here what we are doing. We have blue cloud here going up. We have down cloud on the 1 hour going down. That's not great, right? So you want a little bit of a blue light, because what is the power trend box telling you right now? It's telling you that we are most likely going to puke again here at the 39.60 and the 39.90 for the next 24 hours. Is that clear? That's what it tells you, right? So any rebounds to that will be suppressed by a lower high. I know already, same on SPY. I know that any rebound to the cloud top here of 397 is going to be suppressed. And look how it aligns perfectly. I have the top of the calculator here, right? I have the top of the cloud here. And this morning, I gave this area to my guys. So I gave them the 395 this morning to the 397.5. So I know if they come here for double top, that's where they go. Is that helpful, everybody? Yes or no? This is the type of synergy you cannot just trade one indicator alone. If I trade just the power calculator alone, it's not enough. I just have stats. If I trade the power calculator plus the cloud, it's better because now I have shift of trend, I have support resistance, I have stats. If I add the probability trend, it's even better because now I have main trend, which is long-term investing, swing trading, that gives me an idea of what happens in terms of trend with the short term, which I have institutional volume pressure, major volume pressure, minor retailers. The minor, by the way, are the retailers. It's volume pressure from the retailers, which are the unsophisticated money here. This is higher volume, but it's still retail volume. This is institutional volume pressure here, right? So obviously, those two being in the same direction tells you that you need to be very careful at resistance because you are one step away from them to puke you out. They trap you out in lower high resistance, like if they've done all week, right? So you compress the chart, you look at, let's say, a 15-minute chart here, and that's what they've done all week. Can everybody see that chart? Yeah? So you take a trend here, trend line. Look, I'm not a big fan of trend line, but that's a trend line, right? And look, lower high, lower high, lower high. Well, we know it's coming here, lower high, close to the 4,000. Does everybody see that, right? And this is the type of synergy that are very important, right? What is the institutional pressure volume telling me? If it's telling me down, 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 I know that all my resistance here, you have institutional resistance here, the red dash, they are going to come and crash and resist and have a high probability here between this 4,000 and this 4,040, 4,050 now. You know, we know 4,000 to 4,050. I can just look at the chart. High probability of a rejection. So those become the good trade. Those have become the great trade you want to look for. And any rebound from there, either you wait, you don't trade because you counter trend. And we know that right now, the main trend is down. So you go against that, not great, right? You go against that on SPY, not great, right? And you go against the immediate pressure of the VIX going up, right? Not great either. So it's very important that you look at the synergy